What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, His Excellency, Turki Alalshikh, in response to the comments made by undefeated Olympic silver medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, and reigning WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson, who recently made statements yesterday that Turki Alalshikh went back on his word and he turned down a showdown, a big showdown, a showdown that he's been looking for, a marquee name and showdown with undefeated Mexican superstar title contender William Zepeda, because Turki Alalshikh has promised him a certain amount of money for the William Zepeda fight, and now Turki Alalshikh has reneged on that promise. And so Shakur Stevenson is stating that the fight with William Zepeda is still going to happen, even if it don't happen with Turki Alalshikh. Now, William Zepeda is signed with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Shakur is signed to Matchroom and DAZN. So essentially, they truly don't need Turki Alalshikh to make the fight happen. But it's great to have Turki Alalshikh to make the fight happen, because Turki Alalshikh puts up the bag. At the end of the day, this just shows me that Turki Alalshikh is not interested in William Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson, largely in due part to, I believe, Turki Alalshikh is a huge fan of the sport of boxing. He witnessed how this fight played out between between Tevin Farmer and William Zepeda twice. And I believe that Turki Alalshikh looks at the situation and he feels like Tevin Farmer is not going to be, his style is not going to be any different than Shakur Stevenson, just Shakur Stevenson on a higher level. So the performance that Tevin Farmer put out there against William Zepeda, it exposed William Zepeda, and I don't think Turki is interested in investing in the fight. Is it right? No. Is it wrong? No. Turki is not a promoter. He's not their manager. He's not a promoter. He just provides the bag, right? So with that said, I think Turki is just simply not interested in the fight, which means that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and Golden Boy Promotion, Oscar De La Hoya, can make the fight. They don't need Turki to make the fight. They continue with business as usual, right? Now, is it right that Turki reneges on his word? No. Okay? So Turki responds to Shakur saying that they offered to pay him less money to fight William Zepeda than they paid him to fight Josh Padley is diabolical. That's definitely diabolical. That's bizarre to say the least. But at the end of the day, right, Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn can put their money up and make the fight. They've been saving money all this time. Turki has been funding them all this time. For majority of their big fights, Turki has been putting up the money. So now they could go into their budget and put the money up for William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson. They don't need Turki Alalshikh, right? Why drain the well dry when you don't need to? If he's not interested, let it be. So Turki Alalshikh puts up a post and he says, essentially, any great man, successful man, is not that if he don't have enemies, right? So this is what he posted, right? He stated that, he said, a man without enemies is a man without value, right? And he put the post with the man with the hands like, like what you want me to do, right? So you see it right there. So I gather that he's like, listen, if you don't have values, you know what I'm saying? If you got values, then you're going to have enemies, right? So I feel like Turkey feels like, hey, man, so now y'all want to take advantage of me for any and everything. I believe that Turkey will rectify the situation with Shakur Stevenson because he's shown to do that in the past, where he didn't agree with certain demands or certain outlooks of a fighter, and they rectified, they found a common medium. So, you know, he did with Canelo Alvarez, he did with Dimitri Bivol recently. You know, this is nothing new. And that just goes to show Shakur has values, right? Like he said, a man without a man with values is a man with enemies, right? So Shakur has values. He's standing on his square. You promised me a specific number, I'm standing on my square. I know my values. And Turkey like, okay, I know my values. So again, they could go their separate ways and resume regularly scheduled programming at a later date, period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.